Seated sound meditation. Since mindfulness means being fully present in the current moment without judgment, there are a number of ways it can be practiced. Things like the breath tend to be particularly useful since they're always present. So if you focus on your current breath, you are clearly present right now in the moment. Because these objects of awareness are always available and always invite our attention into the present moment, they are sometimes referred to as anchors, since they can serve to anchor our awareness to the present. This suggests stability and a grounded quality that is useful when we are trying to develop mindfulness skills. Another anchor, which is often used in mindfulness exercise, is hearing, or mindfulness of sound. Because sounds are always present, or the absence of sound, which is we know as silence, anytime that we stop and listen consciously, we are in the present moment, and if we sustain that awareness, we are being mindful. Practicing mindfulness of sound may be particularly helpful if you find yourself troubled by negative self-talk. Rather than listening to the negative voices in your head, tuning in to the sense of hearing and the actual real sounds that are occurring in this moment can become a tool to return to the present rather than replaying negative events or thoughts from the past or fears about the future. So we begin a practice with awareness of sounds. Establish yourself now in a sitting posture that embodies wakefulness and dignity. Allow your head and neck to be balanced on your shoulders and the whole of the torso to be erect but not stiff. Perhaps placing your hands on your knees or together in your lap in a comfortable way, and allow your shoulders to be relaxed and dropped. Let your seat provide a stable base to support your upper body. In other words, as best you can, sit with the qualities of a mountain, fully present in the body, stable, grounded, and with an element of uplift to the posture. When you're ready, become aware of the fact that you're breathing. Perhaps taking one or two intentional deeper breaths. Dropping in deeper on each breath. Maybe bringing your attention to the belly as it expands with the breath and as it deflates with the out-breath. Or perhaps be aware of the expansion of the chest or the ribs with each breath, or maybe being more aware of the air as it enters and leaves the body at the nostrils. Wherever the sense of breath is most vivid for you, just feel the breath coming into the body and leaving the body. When you're ready, gently allow the focus of your attention to shift so that the awareness is no longer on the breath, but instead establish an awareness of hearing. Just notice any sounds. No need to go out and look for things to hear, but just allow the sounds to come to you. Recognize that we are continually immersed in and bathed by a soundscape that is always presenting itself to our ears, although generally we may not be paying attention to the sounds. But whether we are paying attention or not, the sounds are still there. And so now bring full attention to the sounds that are happening right now. Just sit and listen as the sounds arrive at the ears. In this moment, let the breath and everything else move into the background of your attention and featuring instead hearing itself. Give your full attention to hearing whatever there is to be heard. Sounds, spaces between sounds, silence, and in moment by moment being in touch with hearing. The sounds themselves can be near or farther away. They can be outside the body or inside the body. Just allow them to be as they are and simply attend moment by moment to the sound. If you do hear something, see if it's possible, rather than labeling the sounds or getting caught up in some story about what they mean, just think about the sounds in any way, or not thinking about the sounds in any way. Rather, just experience the sounds as sounds. Just sounds that occur only in this moment. Notice if there are any judgments that come up. Maybe thoughts that a particular sound is beautiful, or another is too loud, or perhaps wishing for better sounds to listen to. See if perhaps it's possible to step away from those judgments, certainly acknowledging they are there. But rather than getting caught up in the judgments or really any thoughts about the sounds, keep the focus the best you can on just hearing whatever is here to be heard. Experience the sounds in a somewhat more pure way as just sounds, occurring only right now in this one moment. And if and when you notice that the mind has become distracted, caught up in planning or daydreaming or memories or some thought or another, when you notice that this has happened and you realize that you're no longer focused on sound or just hearing the sounds that are happening right now, then simply notice where the mind has gone. If the mind isn't with the sounds, then where is the mind? And then gently, and without giving yourself a hard time, bring the mind back to hearing. Because of course, while the mind has been wandering, the sounds have still been occurring. And so now just reestablish the attention on whatever sounds are coming to you. Allow them to wash over you just as they are, and to be known as they are without having to think about it at all. Perhaps sense the sounds in the entire body, as if the entire body had the properties of the ears, allowing every other aspect of this moment to fade into the background, so that all there is hearing, just hearing, right now. Every time the mind wanders away from hearing, come back to the sound or the silence in this moment. Take these next few minutes to practice on your own, coming back over and over again. If the mind wanders, coming back to the sounds. And in the final moments of this period of meditation, perhaps return the focus again to the breath. Become fully aware of the breath or the breath in the body. And maybe take a moment to congratulate yourself for taking this time and bringing this effort to this practice. And perhaps, if it makes sense to you, form an intention to take a few minutes to practice this meditation of sound by just quieting down and fully listening, using an audio file for guidance, or just sitting on your own, or maybe using some other form of meditation on a regular basis, perhaps every day, for the purpose of nurturing your own ability to be fully present in your life, so that the moments of this one very precious life can be fully experienced in the richness and not be missed. Taking 3 more deep breaths and 3 more deep exhales. And at the end of that 3rd exhale, take your time. You can let the eyes open back up, finding yourself present in this moment.